real with you guys and admit that I could have handled it by not saying anything and just walking away.
You're a narcissist. Like, oh, if we were normal guests, this behavior would be acceptable for the plebeians.
I've paid $400 a night for the hotel. What do you mean?
Yeah, but if we were normal guests.
Oh boy, do we have some things to talk about in this video. Just so you know, yes, this is partially a re-upload. I have made a video discussing Brent Rivera. For those of you who don't know who Brent Rivera is, he is a content creator with a lot of followers on social media, and he, for one, has a very, very, very fragile ego where if you make any content criticizing him, he's going to try and copyright claim it or copyright strike it, do anything he can to silence any criticism. He also has this really weird thing in his videos regarding his sister. It's either a very strange running gag, which is just weird in its own, or it's something a little bit deeper than that where he's just weird about his sister in general. I cannot tell you which one it is, but it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and essentially I have made a video talking about all of this and talking about some of the stuff that Brent Rivera has done the past couple months at this point that has really upset a lot of people on YouTube. He is just committing a lot of cardinal sins out here on YouTube. I made a video talking about this, how he was trying to copyright strike people's videos for criticizing him, and maybe about 3 or 4 days after posting that video, got a copyright claim. Now luckily it wasn't a strike, so I guess it wasn't as bad as some creators. However, it is still extraordinarily irritating because if I were to fight the copyright claim, not only would I have to give all of my personal information to a company that I don't know, and I don't want to do that, I would also have to risk getting a strike on my channel if they try to defend that, and then there would be legal things. And usually when it comes to this particular company, I've researched them, it seems like they're kind of notorious for content ID claiming videos and just being a nuisance on YouTube. And I want to be upfront here and say I don't know for sure if they did this on Brent Rivera's behalf, and because it's a copyright company, he can't say that it was him who is now continuing to copyright videos, or this could have been going on before all of this even happened because this company works with other YouTubers. I don't know. I really just want to emphasize here that I really don't know if this was something he had no idea of and it was just content ID claimed by the company and it's just coincidentally terrible timing, or if he's using this company to automatically content ID claim videos about him to try and silence criticism. The only thing I know for sure is that this company seems to work with other big YouTubers to help content ID claim videos that use any of their clips, whether it be fair use or not, and it has caused problems for other creators. And other than that, what I do know is it's extremely frustrating because even though it didn't take the video down, even though it didn't give me a strike initially, what it does is it completely knocks the monetization out. One, that's annoying because I put a lot of work into that video, and when you put a lot of work into something, you want to get paid for it. But two, what's even more annoying than not getting paid for it, when your video is not monetizable, it will flatline. They will take it out of search recommendations. Your video will tank. You have one video that tanks, chances are your following video will tank, and if that video tanks, it's a domino effect, and it'll eventually have an effect on your overall channel. Basically, your videos depend so much on monetization for way more than just money. It has so much more to do with the fact that you want your videos to be seen by your audience, you want your videos to be by new viewers, you want your videos to receive the viewership that you intend it to have for all of the hard work you put into it. So when something like this happens, especially when it's under fair use, by the way, it is aggravating. But that's okay, because what I have done is I have re-edited my Brent Rivera video, so all of the criticisms that I have previously shared will still be in that video, but there won't be any content for him to claim. The only clips I'll be showing is from Tyler Oliveira's video, because as far as I know, he's not going to this level to copyright claim anybody that talks about it. I think people should be allowed to discuss things here on YouTube. It's just a matter of criticism. I think that's allowed. I do think YouTube should do a better job at trying to penalize people who falsely copyright claim or copyright strike creators. That is a grievance that I have. It's very frustrating, and it's really frustrating that it puts a lot more responsibility on the person that is being claimed against than the person making the claim, really, really frustrating for the creator, especially when they create things under the guise of fair use. Anyway, it's fine because I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update. Later on in this video, as you will see, I discuss how Brent Rivera copyright struck or attempted to copyright strike a YouTuber named Dumpy for criticizing him. Again, in the video, you'll see why he has gotten a lot of criticism, but this was a false copyright strike. One of the false copyright strikes did not go through. YouTube kind of saw it as bogus and was like, you know what, we're not going to enforce this. But then he tried to do another strike where he got a stream from Dumpy taken down. It was a huge deal, and Dumpy rightfully defended himself, and it caused a lot of other creators to talk about this. After all of this was said and done, Brent apologized to Dumpy, gave him $400, and said that he's working on removing the strikes. That ended up never happening. Dumpy has posted a video claiming that Brent Rivera had sent him a cease and desist, allegedly. Brent Rivera's ego is so fragile that he wants to take it this far, and all he had to do was just accept the criticism and either learn from it or just move the f*** on. Some people are too fragile to have anything said about them online that they will try to copyright claim or copyright strike the content to try and silence other creators, and that's not gonna fly. I'm still going to talk about this. Thank you so much if you've already watched this video and plan to watch it again, and thank you so much to anybody who hasn't watched this video and plans to watch it. Also, thank you to a user known as Ratch or Rach. I apologize if I have butchered your name, but I greatly appreciate this super thanks on my latest video, which states, I haven't heard all of this information in one place until now, and I'm honestly floored. Thank you for putting this together. I greatly appreciate it. And in case you haven't heard me mention this before, anytime anybody sends any super thanks or anything like that, I like to read them out and give a shout out in my videos. So thank you so much. And with that being said, here is it again, Brent Rivera and all of the problems that revolve around him that I personally know about. A YouTuber named Brent Rivera is in a lot of hot water after showing his true colors over the past few weeks, with allegedly getting people kicked out of hotels, giving YouTubers false copyright strikes for criticizing him, showing off how obnoxiously entitled he is, lying about his own actions after being called out by several huge YouTubers, and having a strange obsession with his sister.
I am dead inside.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Please Make It Stop. I'm sure that at this point, most of you have heard of Brent Rivera, a popular content creator online, and I'm sure that a lot of you are most likely tired of hearing about him.
Brent Rivera, a channel with 25 million subs, and I guarantee you haven't heard of him if you're over the age of 18.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera's.
Brent Rivera situation.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera.
Brent Rivera.
But I do want to talk about some things going on, not just with the current situation, but with patterns I've noticed throughout his content. Brent Rivera gained his popularity through an app called Vine. Now, this app no longer exists, but it's similar to what TikTok is now, except for the clips were shorter and it was way more iconic in my opinion.
Look at this graph.
What a time to be alive. But when Vine shut down, a lot of people who were creating content on that app had migrated over to YouTube and created this new era on the platform. Brent Rivera was one of these people. He came to YouTube and over time has amassed over 25 million subscribers.
Is that your buddy?
Did I tell you guys that Chester has a new best friend? That's the highlight of today. If you need something happy to hold on to that.
He is such a good boy today.
Where was I? Oh yeah. Brent quickly gained popularity on YouTube and created a lot of videos that revolved around fake pranks, vlogs, and also Troom styled content with the wild, brightly colored, and oftentimes inappropriate thumbnails for his young audience. Except for instead of it being in like this same weird genre of like this 5-minute crafts, Troom type of videos, it's more along the lines of Mr. Beast content. In fact, he has even gotten a lot of backlash for copying other people's thumbnails, and it all seems to stem around Mr. Beast styled videos.
You're fired, you hack! Your ads for our game suck!
The thing is, Brent Rivera also has these themes to his videos that are, in my opinion, a little bit inappropriate for how young his audience is. His audience seems like the age where if it were possible, they would be iPad babies but still in the womb. One way that you can tell that a lot of people who watch his videos are very young is because anybody who can read, write, or comprehend anything beyond a first grade level will be able to tell you that his videos are fake. And before his recent scandals, that was some of the biggest backlash he has received. Well, that and again, the weird topics he chooses for his videos, if we consider the fact that his audience is likely very young. You can see this by videos like Touch My Body Challenge, They Thought They Were Home Alone, Extreme Blind Dating in Real Life, which the title isn't bad, but that thumbnail, again, this is a kid's channel, and the last one I'm going to mention, 5 things that girls do that turn guys on. This dude isn't even hiding it. Oh, but to Mimi, maybe he's not trying to have his audience be children. Maybe it just so happens that some children watch, but it's meant for an older group of people. 10 tips on how to survive back to school. There's also one thumbnail that shows the face of somebody who is apparently a subscriber of his, and even though I blocked it out, they still look pretty young. And even without these 2 examples, I'm pretty sure it's obvious that Brent Rivera's audience is younger kids. They also did pranks like painting clothes on their bodies and going out in public. No, officer, it's just a prank. It's not indecent exposure. I mean, at least he's technically covered in certain parts that would actually get him arrested, but this is still really weird, especially when your audience is as young as it is. And in this vlog, they actually ran into fans because they were out in public, and this guy is taking pictures with these little kids with clothes painted on him. That's not fucking creepy. And sure, this might not be Brent himself, but this is in his vlog, so he's condoning this.
This is so funny. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm too embarrassed for myself, so I'm gonna leave.
Stop it. Get some help.
The thing is, I understand if you want to create kids content as somebody who's looking for a business strategy, because kids content on YouTube is probably one of the highest paying niches. However, there are some people who create content like this and do so with a lack of care and a lack of thought behind it, and create content that they know is going to get views from people due to their nature, but it might not be the most ethical content to create because you know what type of audience you have. If you want to make kids content, then make kids content, but don't make it weird like whatever these videos are supposed to be. This is really inappropriate for what your audience's age range seems to be. Another strange thing regarding Brent Rivera is the way that he conducts himself around his sister in his videos.
Sibling, 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 sibling.
I do want to let you know that there is this rumor that Brent Rivera has kissed his sister. I personally have not found any footage or photos of this taking place at all, but he has posted some strange content that I particularly find uncomfortable.
Practice, Lexi, practice time.
Oh, but it gets weirder. Also, Brent, if you watch this video and you get pissed off by it, before you want to strike this video down for copyright, I am using these clips under fair use, I am commentating on them, and just in case he tries to anyway, I am only using very short clips of this longer video, and that goes for anything else that I reference in the remainder of this video. That is also why you may see more gameplay footage in this video than normal, because when I normally do videos like this, I will show several different clips of the person I'm talking about. As we'll get into later, I don't trust this guy to play by YouTube's rules. So as you see, they're trying to mimic these random yoga poses, but in the middle of Target. The thing is, some of these yoga poses are really weird, especially when you remember that they're a brother and sister. And listen, I'm not trying to knock yoga. I know a lot of people are really into doing yoga, and that's fine. That in itself isn't weird. But you can't look at this picture and tell me that's not strange, especially when you go on his Instagram and realize that's actually a picture of them. That's not just a picture they randomly got from Google or whatever. That is them. That is him and his sister. And so is that. And so is what even is this? She looks like a lawn chair. And I swear to God, YouTube better not age restrict this video before he tries to copyright claim it first, because this video is still up on his channel right now. To each their own. If you want to be like that one weird guy from Black Clover,
So you do have a sister complex and get nosebleeds.
it's just not the most comfortable thing to watch. He also has had this really weird running joke joke for the past few years where anytime his sister gets a boyfriend, he has to be the overprotective brother, which in many situations can actually be seen as wholesome, as having a older sibling or a family member caring about you and wanting to be protective of you. And in other situations, it can be played off as a joke, which is what seems to be the case here. But have you ever seen somebody make a joke about something so many times that it starts to get a little weird?
Lexi?
Wait, you know her?
That's my sister!
By saying this, I'm not trying to imply that he's trying to be inappropriate directly towards her. I'm just saying it's strange that he has this joke running on and on and on.